Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We're diving into a new series where I walk you through how to start a service-based business from your laptop and work from anywhere in the world. If you're new here, hey, I'm Krystal from cleanandcoachforyou.com. Today we're diving into websites and branding as a referral agency and the no-no verbiage that you should not have on your website or advertising. If you ended up in an audit, an auditor is going to first go to your site. They're going to check your site, the verbiage, and if they see that you're telling people that you provide cleaning services or certain language that would violate a contractor relationship, then you're going to be pinged for that audit. Now, we're going to go over the language in just a second that you should try to avoid onto your website and advertising. But also, your website is the main thing that is displaying your services for clients. So if a client can go to your website and distinctly tell that you are a referral agency and you are referring an XYZ service, then there's going to be certain expectations in their head when something arises. So if for some instance that they're unhappy or they were late, there's that separation between the provider and your agency. So the client can know that maybe you could provide a replacement provider. You know, that's something that's different than if it was directly onto our agency versus partly onto the service provider. So just keep that in mind when you are referring cleaners or referring carpet cleaners, handyman, or all this wide definition of what a referral agency now is, that having that distinguished verbiage onto your website of you are a referral agency, you provide referral services versus you're a cleaning company or a home repair company, it's gonna set up different expectations and for your customers and attract the right customers, and you're just really gonna have a much smoother experience with customers. All right guys, so enough blibber blabber, let's dive in. All right, so the no-no verbiage. So one of them is using the word we. When you use we, it's connecting the service provider and the agency together as one. And you really want to avoid doing that. You want to keep that separation there. When you're saying we provide services, it's not we, it's the service provider. So when you say we, try to change it to something like the service provider instead of we provide the service, right? All right, so the next no-no verbiage is are is another word that we want to avoid using into conversations or onto our website. So when we are referring to the cleaners or the providers, we want to make sure we're saying the instead of our. If you say our service providers or our cleaners, yes, our cleaners will be there at 2. Yes, the cleaners or the providers will be there at 2 p.m., you know, approximately 2 p.m. You want to make sure that you're keeping that separation. It is referring to, usually R relates to some type of training or connecting with an employee model, right? So we want to avoid R. Guarantee is another no-no word to not have onto your website or advertising, as this is breaking some of those contractor regulations that you are not allowed to break, right? Otherwise, that kind of permits more of that employer relationship. So guarantee, you can't guarantee that they're going to be happy. You can't guarantee that they're going to show up on time. You can't guarantee a checklist is going to get done. You really just want to avoid guaranteeing anything. It's kind of setting yourself up for failure because it's up to the provider if they want to do a reclaim. You can make it as part of your onboarding process to only onboard providers that will do a reclaim, and you can try to use that instance for them, but guarantee is not something that you want to really have on your website. It's something that you want to keep off the books, off the record, and just have that more into a conversation. But the provider can't guarantee, you can't make them do anything. They're an independent service provider, so they could ultimately choose themselves. So again, guarantee is something we do not want to have on our website. The next no-no word is the word refunds. So technically you could refund your percentage of the service, but you're unable to provide a refund for the service provider's percentage. It's ultimately up to the service provider if they want to refund any of their hard-earned money that they worked hard for. So if you have anything onto your website, such as 100% satisfaction guarantee or we'll refund your money, that is definitely a no-no and will penalize you in an audit and is breaking that contractor compliance as well. A few other ones are reclean and checklist. So just like the refunds and when we were talking about we cannot guarantee certain things are going to get done, right? So why provide a checklist if you can't guarantee that checklist is going to get done? For one, if you have a checklist, you're already violating some of the contractor regulations because you are directing the contractor, right? So if you have checklist, reclean, we are guarantee any of those onto your website. And I think we're going to go over a few more in just a second, but those are some of the ones that are very important to not have onto your website. We cannot provide any direction or control over the service provider, or also known as contractor. That is in direct violation and the no-no. Another obvious one is employees. You know, it's so funny because it's obvious as the word employees is. You'd be surprised that some people actually have it maybe in their terms of service. Maybe they copied it from another website or whatnot. You really want to double check and just scan everything through and make sure you don't have the word employees. Or if you have a virtual assistant or somebody working in the office, that if somebody asks in that scenario, if you have employees, that they are responding correctly. I've seen it happen before and it's definitely not something that you want to come across. So just make sure that you scan your website and make sure that you're checking that terms of service and reiterizing it with your staff if you have anybody in the office or a virtual assistant that you are not using that verbiage. Another no-no word is includes. So if you have onto your website that a basic cleaning includes the kitchen, dining room, etc., that is a no-no word. Try to rephrase it as in most clients commonly request XYZ to be done in a basic cleaning. Try to reframe it because if you say the word includes, that again is having that direction and control, which violates you in an audit or working with contractors, right? Another no-no word is hiring. If you have hiring anywhere listed onto your Work With Us page or anywhere onto your website or referring to a client as well that you hire somebody, that is in direct correlation with a W-2 employee. So that is a no-no word and definitely will penalize you in an audit. Those are some of the most common no-no words that you should not include onto your website or branding as a referral agency. Keep in mind when you are referring to your website content or advertising that you're very clear that you are a referral agency and you're referring the cleaning or referring a cleaner and that you're not a cleaning company providing the direct service. So if you're a different type of referral agency, it's going to apply the same basically for you too. So if you are a tutoring referral agency, then you need to be clear that you are providing tutoring referrals. Or if you're a carpet cleaning referral agency, that you need to be clear that you're providing carpet referrals and not carpet cleaning or tutoring itself. Having that distinguished separation between the two, again, is just going to help your business thrive so much more, especially because it's not a direct reflection on you and that you have a qualified roster of service providers that could still be sent out for the job if the customer's not happy. In addition, if you're in California and you are providing any type of printed advertising, it is a legal requirement that you display that name of company is a referral agency, right? So just make sure that you have that in at least 6-point font. That is a legal requirement for California. So just be sure to check your state for additional requirements as far as advertising and branding as a referral agency. If you like this video and found it helpful, please hit the like button, share it with your friends. In next week's video, we're diving into developing your pricing and making sure you're priced for success. If you want to be notified for the next video in this training series, hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified. See you in the next one, guys. Bye.